Hello, potassium people. Welcome back. Today's just non-edited video is just going to be me talking. I think I'm going to start mixing up like this. One, because time constraints, right? And two, I just got a lot on my mind. I've been thinking about what has happened with how people view games, right? And how there's seems to be a lot of people that are sad that they lose joy in some of the things they do. For instance, I've seen a lot of people, not on these videos, but on other videos, comments, etc., where people say, well, I used to like TF2 and I'm just sad that I don't anymore. Or like people will join a stream and say, I haven't played TF2 in years and I want to, but I can't bring myself to play it. And I think there's this idea that people have where you have to be able to enjoy something that's good forever. There used to be a time limit on games, and it used to just be if you finish the game, you're done with the game. It might stick with you for a while. It might impact your life in some way, big or small. But at the end of the day, it's not something you're meant to enjoy as like the only piece of media, right? It's like for some people, it's a crime to go play something else. If someone goes to play Overwatch 2, I don't play it. I'm just using this as an example. If someone goes to play Overwatch 2 and they played TF2 in the past, it's like they're committing some heinous war crime. Why? Things have an expiration date. Everything ends at some point, and that's okay. At some point, this series will end. Either Valve will say something, or I'll die, or something else will happen. That'll be it. You know, somebody might carry on the legacy. I doubt it. That's okay. It's alright. It was fun while it lasted. You know, and it's okay for things to end. It's okay to let go. Very rarely should there be something that is permanent in your life. In fact, I've recently been thinking, so I have a job that's just remote. It pays okay, but it's not great, right? It's what lets me edit videos on the fly, but honestly, it's not what I worked towards. I worked towards a software engineering degree. And I earned it, and then I started applying for jobs, and nobody would hire me except this place where I just evaluate AI models. And it's fine, but it's not what I want to do. I want to work with databases, maybe even IT, but that's not how it turned out currently. And they started doing pay cuts and stuff, and I am sitting here and thinking that it's time to move on. Maybe I'm not in the best situation financially. That's okay. Don't worry. I'm not saying this like, give me money. Don't give me money. Don't give me anything. Seriously, I'll make it, and I've always made it in life, no matter what's been thrown at me. No matter what's thrown at you, you've made it so far. No matter what life has given you. And like those moments where things are very difficult and you're not sure where things are going are probably the times you've had the most growth, right? When you move away from something, and this includes things just ending, you lose love for a game and you move on to a different one. You can learn so much more from these experiences that are difficult, or from losing interest in something and going to explore something else. Just making these videos, which I never thought I would put in more than just like recording time into, has taught me so much about video editing. Like, do I apply all of it? No. I just don't have the time. I wish I did. But it's taught me so much about what looks good, what should I say, like how do I make it so I don't sound like I'm just repeating the same point over and over, and if I am repeating the same point, how do I make it at least interesting? And I'm sure a lot of people will say otherwise. They'll say, is your videos, they're not interesting, and that's true. I've learned what makes an interesting video, at least a little more than what I knew in the past. And that's because I lost some interest in programming when I took up this job that just was so so mind-numbing. And it's ending now, and I'm put in a difficult spot. And that's just going to push me to try again, to find what I have loved about the thing that I sought after, and to renew it. And so, yeah, things do end. Good, bad, it all ends. But I think things ending is so important for how things grow. A forest can only grow so much before disaster strikes. Trees get old, they die, there are fires, animals die, they eat each other. But when something dies, a chance for something new grows. It occurs. So if you find yourself falling out of something, you stop liking it, don't do it. Move on, discover something else that sparks joy in you. If you stay put, if you don't try, when you know you're at the end, you end up decaying more than the thing that you're obsessed with. And that's the saddest thing, is seeing someone who's lost hope because they hang on to something too tightly, hoping for some semblance of an experience they used to have. You don't have to do that. There's many ways you can either change the thing that you're experiencing, right? I know some people who've played TF2 and they've only used one class. You can play other classes, it makes it interesting. It really does. It makes a huge difference. You can go play a different game. Maybe you'd like the finals. Maybe you'd like Overwatch 2. Shoot, maybe you'd like Risk of Rain 2. That's a great game. I love Risk of Rain 2. Okay? I love so many different games. And if I was only forced to play one game for the rest of my life, it wouldn't even be TF2. It's like, oh, you're eating the bananas. Like, you're eating them, and you're saying that you wouldn't even have TF2 as your favorite game of all time ever, like the only thing you would play? Yeah. I'm saying that's not what I would choose. Because is it fun? Absolutely. But it's not fair to me to just cling on to this one thing where there's tons of combinations. It's definitely my second choice, but not my first. So, if you find yourself in a tough spot, I hope you're doing okay. I hope life treats you well. I'm gonna eat this banana. I've been holding it for a while. I hope this helps someone. Dang, this is a sweet banana. Bananas are so good. So good. Even when you bruise them, even when they become a little too ripe or they're underripe, bananas are just good. I answered this in the Q&A, but I think bananas to me are similar to people. We get bruised. We go through hard times. We sometimes push ourselves too much, become overripe. Sometimes we don't push ourselves enough. But we can change. We can become better. And even an overripe banana can still be made into something else. Banana bread, whatever. There's always something you could do with these. Always. Always. I can think of 0 things that you cannot do with a banana. Even if it's spoiled, you can still use it for compost. Literally. This is not only similar in like 50-60% genetics to a human being, but in the spirit of what can be done with the banana. It sounds stupid, but that's why I think. And eventually, at some point, we will decay, we'll pass on, but what did we try? What did we try with our lives? Did we only stick with one thing, or did we try multiple things? Personally, you can go either way. Either way can be beneficial. Some of the greatest artists only stuck with one thing, and some of the greatest entrepreneurs tried thousands of things. all sorts of different things. What is your passion? What drives you? What drove you to play TF2 in the first place, for instance? Was it just boredom? Was it you wanted to try something? Did you want to get better? I want to get better. I think at some point things will be different for me in this game. But not the banana. The banana will consistently be my favorite. The bright yellow is hope. Sorry to ramble your ears off. I'd be surprised if anyone made it here. Comment oogly boogly if you made it here. I'd be genuinely surprised. It's a good banana. Well, see you all tomorrow. Hopefully I have some time to make a banana peel, but I think I'm going to be busy for a bit. So no promises on when the next one's going to get made. I can promise you I'll still be here eating a banana. Valve, please add the strange second banana to TF2 and keep fixing the game. It's probably the best change we've seen. Appreciate it.